I am the Nature Hacker, and this is your world. So today I want to talk about the collapse and gold. Rothschild just came out. I'm going to do another video more specifically on this topic, exactly what the Rothschilds and central banks are up to right now. So please subscribe if you haven't already. But today what I want to talk about is gold, and I want to talk about why gold is a bad choice for you and me and everyone else that you know. So, Rothschild it set off a firestorm. Rothschild just told his investors that shit is hitting the fan, that nobody knows what's going to happen, and that they should invest in gold. Now, while that actually might be a good thing for some of his investors, because obviously, well, what I'm going to get into in my next video is that Rothschild is orchestrating the collapse. But some of his investors, sure, gold might be a good option. Now, why would it be a good option for them? Well, this will tie into why it's not a good option for you. Um, Gold is something that you can buy. It's like a concentrated source of wealth at the current time. I mean, as a chemist, as an engineer, I know that gold has very limited usefulness. It's not the best. Anything gold can do, it's not the best at it. Like something like iridium is better than gold in all of its properties for any use, but iridium is 500 bucks an ounce, whereas gold is like 1500 or whatever it's at right now. So gold is not good in a objective standpoint, but gold has a history of being a currency. So it's like it's a valuable concentrated source of money. So now if you have nothing else to invest in, if you have everything that you need, then yeah, I mean, you might as well do gold. Like, let's say you have $1 billion. You can't strategically invest $1 billion. It's just not possible to put it in the best possible place. And I'm not talking about stocks or anything like that. That's baloney. Strategic investment means buying things that will help you to be more productive. That is what strategic investment is, and that will be my, well, actually, no, that's this video. This video is why you should not buy gold and what you should do instead. But these people, they can't really strategically invest. I mean, what would they do? Buy a company or something? I mean, the companies are going to crap, and corporations are falling and stuff. So it's like everything they could buy with their billions of dollars to invest it is going to be bad. So it's like, since the economy's crashing, there's nothing they can invest in. There's no companies that are immune or corporations that are immune. There's no, currencies that are immune. When you're talking billions and trillions in some of these people's cases of dollars, there's nowhere these people can put it that's safe. What are you gonna do? Buy an island or something, and and then if all heck breaks loose, people are just gonna overrun it anyway. So, I mean, there's nothing they can really do with the money. But you and I are different. We are humans. We're not leeches. We don't live off of the interest of loaning people money. We actually do work to make it. We're actually humans. We're not parasites like these people have become. Like the Rothschilds and all of the central bankers have become parasites, and people in government, the government is a parasite. It's just a parasite. That's all it is. It's like it's a mafia. You have to pay your protection money so that they don't kill you. Basically, is what they do. So anyway, so what should we invest in? Yeah, gold might be good for these people because it's the only real thing that they could buy. I mean, what are they going to buy? Like trees or something? I mean, it's concentrated stuff that you can own, right? That's why they buy gold. But for you, There's so many, as a real human, there's so many things to invest in. I mean, invest in your skills. You know, the best deal right now on the face of the planet, the best deal is used textbooks. Go on Amazon for $3.99 shipping plus 1 cent, so $4. You can get like any textbook that you could ever want. You want to learn physics? Do you want to learn chemistry? Do you want to learn biology? Do you want to learn nutrition? Do you want to learn electronics? Do you want to learn computer programming? Anything you can want to learn, you can learn it for $4 with the used book on Amazon. So those skills are the most valuable thing you can have. That knowledge is the most valuable thing you can have, because you can use that to solve problems, and there is always a demand for problem solving. You know, like what I do is solve health problems. You know, so if somebody has Lyme disease, or they have H. pylori, acid reflux, or this or that, I can solve those problems, and that's valuable to people. You know, that is a skill that people want. They've always wanted that. You know, they've had shamans and medicine men for thousands of years. So the people, really what those people were people who knew the local herbs. You know, they learned about the local herbs. They were chemists. They were the original chemists. You know, they knew that fire ant venom did certain things. They knew that, you know, all the local herbs. They knew to, you know, eat charcoal if you know, were sick, or, you know, eat clay, things like that. So I'm not the first to figure this stuff out. You know, I'm in a long tradition of medicine men throughout the ages. But so that's really what to do, is get useful. If you're not useful, like let's say you're a I don't know, let me think of a worthless, I mean, any job out there is worthless. Like let's say my old job was a scientist. You know, I could digest mouse hearts really well. I was the best. Probably, I'd say I was the best in the world, okay, because I really dug deep. I think I learned from one of the best in the world, and I think I elevated to being the best in the world at isolating cardiomyocytes from rat mouse hearts and stuff. So I could take a baby rat, take the heart out, chop the heart up, digest it in digestive enzymes, and then have a solution of individual heart cells. And then I could plate them onto petri dishes and grow this culture of heart cells. And then you could, what people did, and what I did a little bit, was change the DNA expression of those cells, and then run like PCR or whatever to find out, okay, if we change the gene expression, how did the proteins change and stuff. So that is a fully useless skill in the real world. Like let's say the global economic collapse brings us back to the real world, where we actually have to focus on eating and drinking and shelter and clothes, blah, 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 health. What I did there was utterly, completely useless. So if that's all I could do in a global collapse, and you know, and it's back to a real economy where we actually do real stuff that actually like matters, I would be at risk of starving, or you know, just not having my needs met, because I can't meet anybody else's needs. How do I expect my needs to be met, you know? You know, so that's where we're all at. I mean, you most likely have zero skills that are actually useful in a real economy. So the number one thing you can do to guarantee your survival is learn real skills. I mean, and you probably do know some, you know, like let's say you can garden, or let's say you can, I don't know, dig for water, or you know, you could build furniture, or you can, you know, and look, building these kind of styrofoam houses, that's not a real skill, okay? If you can build log houses, if you can build earth shelters, you know, building with actual like wood instead of like styrofoam and particle board or whatever crap they use, then, you know, you'll have some skills. So, and, you know, even like house maintenance, you know, not really that important, you know. I mean, look, let's be honest, in a survival situation, people really aren't going to care if their toilets are working. They'll dig a hole, and do whatever. So it's not, household stuff is not really that important, like electricians and things like that. I mean, people are going to be learning to live without running water, to learn with living without electricity. So, it's good just to have skills, have some real skills, and invest your money in that. And even buying equipment, buy some equipment that helps you to make things. Like one of my friends wants to make a house from scratch, so might invest in like a machine that a hand powered machine that compresses clay into bricks and things like that. So invest in some things that you can strategically use to make money. And plus, I mean, even if the collapse doesn't happen right away, which it will, which you'll see in my next video, but even if it didn't, these skills are still useful to like actually making a living outside of the slavery system. Like, let's say, like me, I didn't, even if the society stayed around, I don't want to be making heart cell cultures for biological research, and who knows what is really being done with it, as far as the research. It's just like busy work. Do you really want to be doing busy work your whole life, or do you actually want to dig deep and like solve people's real problems? So this type of investment of learning, of gaining skills, can actually lead to having a real job where you're actually like solving people's problems, instead of doing busy work, doing crap. So it can lead to your own business, and so that's important to do. So that's what to invest in. Invest in your skills. Invest in things like, what? Okay, and obviously books. Investing in knowing how to do skills and stuff. What other things are invested in? Tools. Like let's say gardening tools or whatever. Just stuff that you can use to make stuff. So basically, you want to start your own business. That's always the thing. Your hobbies should be aimed at making money. Do you want to build electronics as a hobby? Figure out an electronic circuit that you can sell on eBay and make some money, and then start scaling up. What type of machinery can I make to make more of these, and blah, blah, blah. That's where your investment goes. You invest in your own productivity. You don't want to invest in other businesses. You don't know how they're going to do it, or if they're skimming money off the top, or how they're running things. Invest in your own businesses. Invest in your own ideas. That is where your money is best kept. So do that. And also, I would keep cash. Keep as much cash as you can, because the banks are the first thing. They're going to shut down the ATMs. They're going to limit transactions, just like they've done in these other countries. So you want to have your money on hand. So that's important. So cash, keep any extra money in cash, and invest in your own endeavors. So thanks for watching. I am the Nature Hacker. Go do work.